Hi, you're watching NewsX and SportsX. I'm Siddharth, and with me is my colleague Vineet. And we're speaking on the eve of the second Test match between India and South Africa to be played at Pune. All eyes on that particular game. Vineet, the first important thing, right? Openers, they have to do what they did at Vizag.
Absolutely. You know what they have to do this time around? They just have to repeat what they did in the first test match.
Right.
And it comes as a respite not only for Rohit Sharma but the management as well. Their opening slot has been settled
Right.
because of Rohit Sharma and Mayank Agarwal. And it is not an easy thing for a guy like Rohit Sharma who's batted at number 3 and number 6, to come up the ranks and open the innings and strike a century, and that too in both the innings. So I think it's a great confidence booster for Rohit Sharma.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, Siddharth, there's one thing that can really deter or derail India's plan if Rohit Sharma starts to take his form and his prowess as an opener now for granted and makes those mistakes in the first 20 to 25 minutes of that test that's going to be
Right.
played between these two countries tomorrow.
Absolutely, and then that important middle order that we're going to talk about, right? Because it wasn't tested enough against South Africa. If you see if Mayank Agarwal or Rohit say they don't perform, then all comes on the middle. It all falls on the middle order shoulders, right?
Well, absolutely. You have Saha, you have Virat Kohli, the captain himself, you have Cheteshwar Pujara,
Right.
and for our benefit and in favor of our luck, we also have very deep batting. Most of the wickets are being picked up by the spinners, but
Right.
when if you hand them the bat as well, I'm talking about
Both are
Ashwin and
spinners
Jadeja,
can
both are
bat well,
spinners
yeah.
and they can bat as well. So that is the point that I was trying to make, that India does not have to worry. And in fact, for the same reason, the openers have also thrived, because they know, Siddharth, that if they somehow falter as openers, there is backup that's coming. There is the cavalry waiting downstairs to take care of them.
But Pune, if you talk about Pune, that particular pitch hasn't played in our favor, right?
Yeah.
In the only match that we have lost in the past 6 years has been on this ground, and Virat Kohli knows that.
Yeah.
What about Pune would we be very wary about?
Well, we should be wary about the fact that we did not lose that match. We were thrashed by Australia in
Right.
2017, and there was a lot of question over that pitch, because as a host nation, you have that prerogative to, in fact, figure out the kind of pitch
Right.
you want your opponents to play on. But that was not done. The last time they played it, Australia, in fact, picked up and extracted and extricated most of the advantage. This time around, although the curator is the same, I'm hoping that things are going to be different, and it's going to be a spin-friendly attack. There's going to be some grass also, Siddharth, to help out the pacers.
Right.
Not that we are banking on them, but still, just to get the competition going, and have the South Africans also play to their strengths, because last time around they played 3 spinners, which I think was a colossal, monumental mistake on their part.
Right.
This time they will perhaps try Ngidi, somebody against whom Virat Kohli
Virat
has
and Rohit,
struggled.
both they have struggled, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So we've talking about the Indian team. They're going to probably India is going to probably place the same squad again at Pune, right? But
Absolutely.
talking about South Africa, they don't want to make that same mistake that they did, right? Do you see an Ngidi being brought into the squad for this particular game?
Well, I think they were a pacer short the last time around. They had Pete, they had Swami, and they had Keshav Maharaj.
Right.
3 spinners against a side which is very proficient and deadly against the art of spin at home. Why would you make that mistake? They have to play to their strength. Rabada, Philander, and
And
Ngidi.
Ngidi.
If these 3 guys, they can wreak havoc with the new ball, in the innings that they begin with. But you have to also keep in mind that South Africa are not in the They
Right.
did put up a fight in the first test match as well that we got to see. So, if you actually underestimate the South Africans, that is the time, Siddharth, they're going to take you to the cleaners.
Absolutely. So an upset, would that be a very big surprise for Indian fans in this particular test?
Well, India has been on a winning streak. We haven't lost a series in India, in the past 6 years or so. Losing one test match after 2017, that definitely does in fact become a bummer to some. But at the same time, it is also a wake-up call. And don't forget, this is a test championship. So South Africa is also going to be gunning for those points.
Those points,
There's
right.
pressure and there's obviously expectation from the South African team to do well, especially Faf du Plessis. He did
Right.
get a 50 the last time around in one of those innings, but this time he will be expected to notch up a century and send a message not only to his team but to India as well.
Absolutely. And on the other hand, Virat Kohli, he won't be too happy with someone else getting the limelight with the bat, right? So, for Indian fans, we obviously want to gain those points and sit where we are right now, be at the top, win this particular test match. This test series depends on tomorrow's game, right?
Absolutely.
That was your preview for India versus South Africa. Second test at Pune starts tomorrow morning.
Thank you for watching.
For more such videos, Subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.